So, welcome back to Faithful Friday. For the last case for this week, we are going back to Japan. For this, I haven't been to Japan for like at least a good minute. At least I think I've only covered Japan maybe once. This case is a lot more well known. This case I've actually been wanting to cover for a while. Didn't know when the right time was, but I guess decided might as well cover it now. So here we are now. So as the title suggests, the woman we have obviously, like I said, yeah, she almost got away with murder and she almost did it legally. Had she been caught, had she been discovered, I think not even a month later, she basically could have went on and lived her life like nothing happened. Like she didn't do what she did. And so with that being said, if you want the full details, here it all is. Let me quit my rambling and let's go and get started. So Kazuto Fuduka, which I hope I pronounced that right, was born on January 2nd, 1948. Her mother had ran a brothel in the house, which nothing really was said other than that. Like her mom got arrested, like she had to quit doing the brothel. Whether Kaduko herself was like part of the brothel, she was one of the workers. It didn't say that, but I guess I remember that's not exactly normal to have a brothel in your house. I guess that's why they mentioned that. So then, of course, her parents would divorce, and she would wind up being raised by her mother. She would have a boyfriend that sadly passed away in high school from a car accident. She, of course, is understandably emotional, is upset about the death of her boyfriend, and apparently it causes her to get expelled from school, while other sources are saying that she actually just dropped out. So then she winds up getting another boyfriend. The two of them she's like 18 when this happens. The two of them go to a tax office and end up robbing it due to like money problems that they had. They, of course, were arrested. At the jail that she is at, apparently there was like a huge scandal that happened in like 1966, and she's at this jail when the scandal happens. And so apparently there's like a group of people that are like pimping out the prisoners. And so Kaduko, she was one of the prisoners that was being pimped out. And so this happened. The scandal winds up getting taken under control. She gets transferred to another prison, and apparently, fortunately, the same thing pretty much happens. So then she would wind up getting released, and she winds up marrying a man, but they divorced like 5 years later. She marries another man. Both her, or like pretty much all her husbands are like unnamed, and she winds up having 4 kids with him, so that's pretty serious. And then she's working as a hostess to help support raise the kids. So as a hostess, obviously, you gotta live off you're making like less than minimum wage and you're pretty much living off tips. So she's pretty much trying to get tips, trying to make honest living for herself, for her and her kids and her husband back home. And so she actually had a secret lover, and then she was borrowing money from like a bunch of people so that way she could start building up her life with him, basically leave her husband, but have like the money to do so. And so it got to the point where it was so bad that she actually owed about $700 in interest per month to loan sharks because she was borrowing that much money. But over there, it's like $100,000 yen. But over here, it's like 700 bucks. There's a new woman named Atsuko, which I don't have a picture of her, which is sadly, considering what happens, I kind of wish I did have a picture of her, but I don't. And apparently she was actually been very attractive. So you can imagine all the men, they started wanting her to start like servicing them. They were giving her the tips, and she was getting big tips. Kazuko was obviously getting jealous. So then, apparently, on the fateful day of August 19th, 1982, she goes over to this coworker's house and asks, hey, can I borrow some money? The coworker says, I ain't got the money, but you can come in and drink some of this whiskey with me. So now she's drinking. Kazuko notices that Asuko, I think that's her name. Yeah, Asuko, she has expensive stuff all around her. So you should have some money to like loan out. But okay, being stingy. And apparently, some of the items, don't know exactly how much, but some of the items were actually said to have been items that men gave her as gifts from the bar. So pretty much some expensive ass gifts. So she must have been really pretty. But of course, I couldn't find a picture of her, which I kind of hate that. So then of course she's showing off like all this expensive stuff she got from these men at the bar. And Kazuko, she goes to a jealous rage. And apparently it said that she killed this woman by strangulation. So she calls her husband, who obviously, he ran over, he's freaking out. He said to call police. That's what she's supposed to do. She says, we can't, because we got kids. I'm supposed to raise kids. Who's going to be the mother figure while I'm in jail, and also we need the money. And if I go to jail, that loses a source of income. So I guess we're both working because we both need the money. Well, they decide we're going to dispose of this woman's body together, and then she takes some money and some of the expensive items from this woman's home and sends them over to the lover's house, because again, she's trying to start a new life with the lover. So then she asked relatives to go like withdraw money out of the bank for her, and she began to go live a luxury life with her lover. So just forget the husband, forget the kids. I'm gonna go with him now. So then Kazuko basically decided to go on the run because like it pretty much police were pretty much like suspecting her like pretty much right away. They arrest the husband, and the husband pretty much tells like everything. It didn't say what the husband was charged with, or if charges were dropped in exchange for giving information on his wife. So I don't know exactly what happened to him. It said that she went so while she's on the run, she went under more than 20 aliases, so like fake names. She got multiple plastic surgeries, hence why she's known as the woman with 7 faces, because of the plastic surgeries. And she apparently was working at bars and hotels that I guess didn't require a background check, because obviously a warrant would show up for like her arrest. And so she's given like fake names. Yeah, bars and hotels across Japan. So she's on year 14. So she's been out for like 14 years. Just out on the run for 14 years. She's working at a bar, which is where like most of her jobs pretty much are at, or bars. And there's a man that come in that always asks for her. And apparently he would say, look, I own a candy shop. I have a son. I'm recently divorced. Like, will you please leave this job and marry me? She actually leaves the job and starts working for him. Remember, like I said, he's begging her to marry him. So, of course, he does do the, like, typical proposal, get down on one knee. She apparently rejects only because she's scared of getting discovered. But remember, her face is, like, in the newspaper because she's still out and about. All these years later, she still hasn't been caught. So, her face is in the newspaper. One of his cousins sees this and tells him, like, hey, like, your girl might be the woman that's out on the run. Da-da-da. So the police go to her home. She's not there. When she comes back, she sees that there is a police car near her house. So, of course, she flees barefoot on a bike that apparently she stole. And apparently she's out, still on the run until July 29th, 1997, when she's finally arrested. And so, for context, the reason why they were trying to get her, like, so bad was because Japan, at all countries, actually had a statute of limitations for murder. And so, the statute of limitations at the time was 15 years. And like I said, she been out almost 15 years. So, had she waited almost 20 more days, like, literally 20 more days, she could have been a free woman. She could have been going around bragging about the murder, literally showing murder evidence, and she could just live her life because she went unscathed for 15 years. And so, of course, that's what she was trying to do. She was trying to go unnoticed for 15 years so that way she could just come back and live her life. So a couple of days before July 29th, apparently there was the owner of a bar that would say that a woman came in, which is Kazuko, but she's going under one of her fake names. And he would give a cup that she often used, so I guess she would use the same cup. And I guess this cup wasn't washed. They swiped her fingerprints. They saw her fingerprints. It was like, this is her. So call us the next time that you see her. And the next time they saw her was July 29th. So, of course, the owner calls police back like they told him to. However, he said, look, can y'all arrest her, like, outside the bar? Because I ain't trying to see it. Because it might disturb the customers, because I ain't trying to see it. Because I guess he must have really liked her company. Because, like, apparently she was a regular. And apparently, the last time that him and Kazuko had spoken, she had said, hey, I'm actually getting married in August, and I'm really excited to, like, move on and be happy with my new life. And apparently, they go back to the hotel where she was staying at. And August 19th, which is the anniversary of the murder, was circled. So basically, she was waiting for that day to happen so she could just pop out and enjoy freedom. So on May 31st, 1999, she was actually sentenced to life, which I was kind of expecting death, but she got life. Of course, she applied for appeal, as many killers do. She gets denied. She applies for multiple times. Doesn't specify how many, but there's multiple times. And of course, they're all denied. So on March 10th, 2005, Kazuko actually died. Didn't say asking from what, but Kazuko did die, so she's no longer here. And apparently in 2010, Japan decided we're going to up the statute of limitations from 15 years to 25. Because we almost let Kazuko... It's believed that Kazuko was the reason why they upped it. That was never actually confirmed. And they were like, 25 years, that's harder to escape than the 15. Because they saw that Kazuko was able to do it. It was a little slippery. So they're like, yeah, we got to up this shit. So yeah, so as of right now, unless my research has mistaken me, statute of limitations for murder in Japan apparently is 25 years. Surprising they even have one. But that's because, like, the crime rate apparently is, like, really low. And the solving rate is, like, really high, like 96, 97%. So they're, like, pretty confident, like, we're going to find this person. So apparently that's why there's a statute of limitations. And so, yeah, with that being said, that's the case of the woman who almost got away with murder legally. And so, yeah, definitely know what you think down below. I definitely have my thoughts on this. Definitely let me know. Are any of you from Japan? Does any of you speak Japanese? I definitely try to cover, like, international cases, like, not just the U.S., but obviously it is predominantly U.S. because that's where most of my suggestions come in. And I like suggestions from you guys, but, like, suggestions that I just come across that are, like, interesting to me. But if you have any more international cases, definitely let me know. And that'll be it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one who's always sorry, the conclusion, even though I offer all of the solutions. I wish you loved me like I love you, it's stupid. When I'm alone with you I never feel lucid. I wish I wasn't struck by Cupid. I wish when I first saw you I knew this. When I'm with you I feel so useless, I feel diluted, my heart's been wounded. Silhouettes of you are like a taunt, never really know just what you want. With you I don't ever feel calm.